Will Guantanamo Bay be closed by the time President Biden leaves office?
Well, that certainly is our goal and our intention.
The Biden administration reigniting unkept Obama-era promises aiming to close Guantanamo Bay Detention Center, but Republicans already pushing back.
South Carolina Congresswoman Nancy Mace, one of two GOP lawmakers seeking to block any detainees from touching American soil. She joins us now. Congressman, great to see you. As always, here is the crux of your bill. Quote, no Defense Department funds may be used to transfer, release, or assist in the transfer of or release of individuals detained at United States Naval Station Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, to the United States. Congressman, why is it so crucial that those detainees not be brought here to the U.S.?
Well, let's just start off with that we should never have terrorists from Gitmo or anywhere really held on U.S. soil. That is irresponsible. It's unacceptable. Now, a number of years ago, when this was brought up under the Obama administration, the first place they talked about was the Charleston Navy brig, and that is the last place where we want any Gitmo detainees or terrorists to be held, especially on U.S. soil, but definitely not in my backyard.
There are 40 prisoners remain locked up there, and, you know, there are 5 of them, 5 men believed to be responsible for the planning and execution of the 9/11 plot. You know, you just wonder how this conversation, you see their pictures on the screen there, you wonder how this conversation makes the families of 9/11 victims feel.
I can't even imagine reliving that day for those families. And that's why it's so important that we stay on top of this issue. The Biden administration has done more damage and been further to the left in 6 weeks than I ever thought they could be or would be possible in this administration. And so we will need to start the conversation now to ensure that we prohibit any federal funding, particularly DOD dollars, going to house terrorists on U.S. soil. And certainly the folks that I represent in South Carolina don't want them there.
Meantime, House Republicans are requesting an FBI briefing on Eric Swalwell's ties to an alleged Chinese spy. Let's read part of the letter that people have written, House Republicans, in fact. We cannot overlook the CCP's successful attempts to gain access and influence. We must ensure that the committee can safeguard top secret information and make an informed decision regarding Representative Swalwell's future access to classified information. Congresswoman, why have Democrats been so willing to protect Swalwell throughout this entire process? I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's not like you can't find another Democrat to be on these committees.
Right. And they typically reward bad actors. It doesn't matter what you say or do over there. You're probably going to get promoted. And we see a lot of hypocrisy in politics. I hate politics. And the reason I'm in it is because I hate it because of the hypocrisy that we see. And do as I say, not as I do oftentimes. And it's very frustrating, particularly when we're in this very divisive time. I personally am willing to work with anyone who's willing to work with me. But when you see this kind of hypocrisy rampant in D.C., it's really discouraging for the rest of America as we sit back and watch.
Here is a look at the response from his office. This is to Axios, and this reads, quote, Representative Swalwell long ago provided information about this person whom he met more than 8 years ago and whom he hadn't seen in nearly 6 years to the FBI. To protect information that might be classified, he will not participate in your story. Congresswoman, do you think that we should be hearing more about this from him?
Certainly. And any member of Congress who we believe we have questions for, they should be asked those questions, and they should swear an oath to tell the truth when they are in elected office. We're held to a much higher standard and have to uphold that standard. And if we have questions, they should be answered. Absolutely.